All right, we're back here at CPAC 2022 here in Orlando, Florida. Now we have all kinds of candidates come to our booth here wanting to get their voice out. Our next candidate is running for Senate in the great state of Pennsylvania, Carla Sands, stepping into the political realm. First of all, before we get into your agenda, what has led you to decide to get and run for Senate for a public office?
Well, thanks for the question. The reason that I decided to run for the Senate is because we're losing our country to the left. And I've raised a lot of money for Republican candidates, for Senate, for Congress, for the White House. And a lot of the Republicans that we've helped get elected, they're not fighting for us. I think they're working for themselves. And I just see ourselves losing our country to the hard left. They're trying to take over, and it's a radical agenda. You look at the Biden administration, people thought they were electing, Joe Biden from Scranton, and they got Bernie Sanders in the White House with like Kamala Harris, or she may be the vice president, but it's really, I think, AOC calling the shots. So we have radicals in the White House, and I think it's time that the conservatives go on the offense and take our country back.
Well, Carla, you brought up a great point, and we've been talking about this all during CPAC. Sometimes, the left, we know they don't like us. We know they hate everything we stand for. But what's even worse, Carla, are the Republicans that say they like us, they take your money, but they don't fight for you and they don't fight for America. And it's the rhinos that we have to completely rid out of the Republican Party.
Well, certainly folks that aren't conservative in our party, many of them are not fighting for the things that we Americans care about, like our constitutional freedoms, like the rule of law. I'll just give you an example. That infrastructure bill that some Republicans voted for that had 9% infrastructure and the rest was all leftist Green New Deal garbage, hundreds of billions and even more than $1 trillion that went to leftist groups, leftist cities, and leftist organizations. I will just say, when I was the ambassador to Denmark, watching what was happening here at home, watching Biden say, I'm going to open the southern border, I'm going to ban fracking, our American energy, looking at what's happening in Ukraine and Russia right now, and also seeing the cancellation of conservative voices on social media and the cancel culture in general. Yeah. I was like, we're losing our country so fast, I have to run because I know I'll never back down.
That's true. And if there's, we always often say this is the important election of our lifetime. It's been said, Carla, 100 times. But you and I can both agree, this is the most important.
It's the 11th hour.
Yes, the 11th hour.
This is it. And I have a 21-year-old who I love. And either you may be young and watching or have young kids or grandkids. They deserve to have the same freedoms and opportunity that we had growing up. And I fear that they won't because the left is so aggressive and vicious in trying to strip away our liberty. While I was the U.S. ambassador in Denmark, I worked on things like countering Russia and China. And the Department of Defense actually gave me their highest civilian honor for my work because I worked to secure the Arctic region. I worked to counter China, like blocking their 5G in Denmark and other efforts. They're trying to take over the world economy. They have a bigger Navy than we have. I worked with NATO and the Pentagon to secure our country. I also worked to increase American jobs. We increased U.S. exports to Denmark over 43% while I was there. So we created thousands of jobs at home. Those are skills that I bring as I'm running for the U.S. Senate in Pennsylvania. I'm the only candidate that's America first since 2016. The only one that helped President Trump get elected, the only one he appointed to his Economic Advisory Council, and then the only one who served in his administration as his ambassador, representing you.
Carla Sands joining us here at CPAC 2022, talking about her run there in Pennsylvania. Now, walk me through the timeline here as far as primary, general election. How does that work? I mean, I'm not familiar with Pennsylvania right now. I know in Texas, we start March 1st. That's pretty much that action, but give us the dates.
Sure. So our primary will be May 17th. If you live in Pennsylvania or you have friends there, please have them look at my website, carlasands.com. We'd be thrilled to come speak at your group or have you volunteer, or if you have the means, even contribute to our campaign, because I can't do this alone. I need my friends and even friends of friends to help me get this done, because I'm the only candidate in this race who's actually been America first since 2016, the only one that conservatives can trust to go to Washington and never back down and always put America first, not our adversaries.
Yeah. Website?
Oh, carlasands.com. If you
That's-
want to check us out, carlasands.com. I'd be honored to have you take a look at it. And we really, it's absolutely essential that we take our country back now, because with weak Republicans, we know the left will continue their march, taking over our entire country, and it's not good for the world. We see how we get a weak Biden, and Russia's now invading the Ukraine. China's eyeing Taiwan. None of this happened under President Trump's strong leadership. We need strong conservatives in the White House, in the Senate, and in the Congress.
Yeah, and you heard President Trump talk about that yesterday in his speech, that none of this on his watch when it went down. Also, social media. I know that social media is a big way of pushing out
Can you
messages.
follow me? Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We'd love to have you get engaged with us. We're also working on a platform on Trump's new social media platform.
I was just going to ask you.
And I think we're starting on Getter as well, because in case we get canceled, like many conservative candidates have been, we need alternative outlets.
Yeah.
So that's why we're looking afar, but we also are on the mainstream social media platforms right now. We'd love to have you follow us.
Well, thanks for joining us here at CPAC.
Thank you so
very
much.
much. Carla Sands running for Senate in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Don't go anywhere. We got plenty more coming live from Orlando, Florida.
Thanks.